Hello, I'm Aidan Wright, pricing analyst here at Mintec, and I'm going to take you through what I've been hearing in the nut markets over the past few weeks. Starting with peanuts, the majority of peanuts coming into the EU continue to be of Argentinian origin. Argentinian and Brazilian prices have been slipping the past few weeks as people compete to gain market access, with the Mintec benchmark price for Argentinian peanuts on Friday quoted at $1,330 per tonne and the Brazilian price at $1,300 per tonne. US and China continue to trade at significant premiums at this point, as there is actually very little crop to be moved into the EU. The US price has stayed consistent at around $2,000 per tonne, and the Chinese price was quoted last week at $1,800 per tonne. This is really of very little surprise when you look at what happened with last season's crop in the US, but this season does look to be slightly better on the horizon. The USDA crop report released earlier this week pegged the crop at 75% good to excellent, and the forecast production that the USDA released also put it up significantly on last year. However, there are some questions over the heat and temperatures which we are seeing in the major producing regions, particularly in Georgia. We've had temperatures kind of above 30 degrees, and later on this week some of the forecasts are to reach those temperatures as well, and some of the people I've been talking to are quite concerned about aflatoxin in the crop due to this. I think at this stage most people are buying from South American origins. The only real reason I could see anyone actually purchasing at this large premium from the US is if they have to make specific origin requirements on their contracts, which as some people know, some people are required to purchase US peanuts for the products they make. Looking at cashews, demand has stayed relatively good, and demand in India has actually increased over the past few weeks, where it has been very much depressed by COVID. But we are still seeing the cashew prices out of Vietnam at, for us, the lowest in our benchmark price series that we've seen since prices began. The last month it's been trading at between $275 per pound, between $285 quoted last week, out of kind of some of the bigger pack houses with accreditations. However, it's still very low. There's still a bit of a mismatch. Some people are trying to push the market higher, whereas some of the buyers want lower. And on cashews and almonds as well, these low prices are incentivising some purchases, and some people are looking for cover in the weeks ahead. Almonds is a relatively similar deal really. Prices are still remaining fairly low, and this has incentivised some buying activity. We did see in the last position report from the Almond Board of California that a significant proportion of the new crop had already been pre-sold, as people essentially are getting as much cover they can at these very, very attractive prices. However, with this large crop on the horizon, for me there is still a question on where it'll all go, especially as what people are doing now is they're seeking cover for later in the year. That isn't really increasing the demand at all. It's just making sure that actually later in the year there will be less demand because they'll already be covered, and we've really got to find a home for all this crop. If you have any questions about the nut market, feel free to reach out to me on my mobile number, which is in the description below, or drop an email to pricing@mintecglobal.com. Any questions at all, feel free to get in contact. Thanks very much.